Good afternoon. I am Amira Moore, Mental Health Administrator, and welcome to the More Life Wellness Center 2025 Crisis Response Plan. Today, the agenda will be an introduction, the Crisis Response Plan overview, followed by a few visuals, and then final tips and takeaways. So for the crisis response plan, this is what this mental health facility wants to ensure that we are working on in the event of an emergency or a terrorist event. We want to be sure that we are planning, we are being considerate of partnerships, we are prepared, we are mindful of client and staff safety. We have mitigation policies in effect as well as recovery and responses. So with planning, we want to establish clear objectives. The goal here is to protect the well-being of clients and staff and to minimize the psychological harm, if any, as well as provide immediate mental health care and support long-term recovery. With regard to partnerships, we want to collaborate with local, state, and federal authorities, such as law enforcement, public health, and local government officials to ensure coordinated responses during and after an emergency event. As far as preparedness, we want to make sure that the staff are trained. So training all staff, including administrative and clinical, on how to recognize and respond to symptoms of trauma, including anxiety, panic attacks, depression, and PTSD. In addition to being prepared, we want to develop resource kits. So prepare crisis response kits for staff, including educational materials, relaxation techniques, and crisis response protocols. In addition to that, with regard to preparedness, we want to establish safe rooms or some type of counseling designated area that is for the healthcare community and facilities to provide emotional support during and after a crisis. These rooms are equipped with therapeutic tools and relaxation for immediate psychological support. With regard to client and staff safety, we want to ensure that physical measures are taken to ensure safety. And this is also in collaboration with law enforcement officials to secure and provide clear evacuation routes for clients and staff in an emergency situation, as well as protecting the psychological safety measures. We want clients to feel safe as well as staff to feel safe in mental health settings by providing confidential counseling services, minimizing stigma, and fostering an environment of support. So with regard to mitigation, we want to promote early identification and prevention of trauma by implementing programs that focus on early intervention and prevention of mental health issues, such as resilience building workshops, stress management techniques, and community outreach programs. With recovery, we want to look at the long-term support services. So here at More Wellness, we want to develop programs that extend beyond immediate crisis response to include long-term psychological support, such as therapy, peer support groups, and resilience building programs. And finally, with regard to the responses, we do like to promote immediate crisis response. In the aftermath of an event, deploy crisis counselors and mental health responders to provide immediate psychological first aid, including stabilizing emotional reactions, offering geriatric coping strategies, excuse me, and providing a listening ear to individuals in shock. So, evaluation and improvement over time, after the plan is rolled out and established, we want to make sure that we are evaluating the plan for improvement measures and making sure that it is up to date and necessary for what we need moving forward. And we'll do that by debriefing after a crisis. So once an immediate crisis has passed, we will conduct thorough Reviews of the mental health response identify what went well, what could be improved, and other areas that the response could have been more effective. We'll also update and revise the crisis plan by regularly updating and revising the plan based on new research, learned feedback, and other information from stakeholders. We can ensure continued preparedness. So, in the final tips and takeaways, always remember to promote collaboration across sectors, plan for long term recovery, not just the immediate response. Remember, flexibility is key. Evaluate and improve continuously, and feedback is always welcome. The crisis management plan for terrorism integrates mental health support at every stage of the crisis, from beginning to end, from prevention to long term recovery, and ensures that both the client and the staff are supported physically, emotionally, and psychologically during and after a traumatic event. Thank you so much for listening and engaging in this session on the 2025 Crisis Management Plan. At this time, I'll open the floor for questions and answers. Thank you.